Hey YouTube, Mark Kaufman here, and today I'm going to be talking about a knife that originally I did not really like. And I've actually bought a few of these. And that is the Trapper knife. So I still have my Case Yellow Trapper. Now, a Trapper knife basically has a clip blade and then a spay blade, okay? And this knife, I originally really did not like it. I bought one just because I found this one to be very nice. It does have a cracked pin handle there, but that happens with the synthetics. But I really like this look, the yellow handle, the Trapper look. I just didn't ever really like the knife. I like the look, but didn't like the knife. So I primarily use this blade. But what I have found is this blade, it's great for castrating your cattle, but it's also great to have around children. So lately my daughter has been getting into not using a knife, but being aware of what a knife can do. She's 3 years old, and I want her to be aware of what knives can do and what they're used for, and using this around her, or using this around her, or using this around her is a little bit concerning, you know, and even maybe using something like this around her is concerning, okay? So just that point, I can't really explain anything to her while this point is being used around her. So when it comes to me showing her or using a knife and how a knife is used, this spay blade is fantastic. Now granted, this tip here is very, very sharp, but I'm not going to, you know, 3-year-olds don't really have a good sense of space. They don't understand personal space or space when you're doing something. So when I'm cutting a box open or cutting an apple or anything like that, I at least know that the edge here is facing me, not her, and the point, there's no way this is going to stab her. May cut her if she gets too close, but it's never going to stab her or poke her. So I have on occasion let her use this knife and try cutting a stick, try cutting an apple, just getting her motor skills developed and understanding how to use one of these. Now, 3 years old is young, okay? Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to learning what a knife is and what it does, I don't think you're ever too young to learn. Now, this has actually become one of my primary carries, not only because of that, but this blade is very long. It's a very nice long blade, and when you compare it to some modern knives, you have about as much usable blade length as this type of knife without looking too aggressive. So that's another reason why I've been carrying these. But I have picked up not one, but 2 other knives. Now, I've recently repicked one of these up, and I actually have a mini Yellow Trapper coming in the mail. So I have actually kind of fallen in love with this pattern. So let me close this one up and show you what this one is. This here is actually the Cold Steel Trapper, and I have to say, Cold Steel is doing an amazing job on these. Yes, you can find these in Walmart. You can find these in local shopping centers sometimes. But this quality knife, the transitions are all flush. The jigging is great. Almost no gapping there. The bone handles are well done, well executed, well peened. I mean, it's fantastic, and the spring tension is very, very good. Snaps closed. Snaps closed. I mean, like, it's got a pull of, I would say, 6, maybe a 5.5 pull. Spring is very, very good. I'm actually trying to push that. Like, I'm not just pushing it. And the sharpness on these are fantastic. This came extremely sharp. Sharper than some of the Rough Riders I've had, and sharper than some of the mid-range knives that I've had, $50, $60 knives. This came extremely sharp, both blades. Okay, so that is one that I have, and they come in yellow, blue, and then this brown jigged bone. And I thought about getting the yellow one, but I mean, I've got a mini trapper that's yellow, a large trapper that's yellow. I wanted one that looked old. So that's the other one I picked up. And then this one here is the Frost Trapper. And this one cost me a total of $12. Okay? It is a Frost cutlery knife. I mean, yeah, it's made in China. This one's a Chinese one, not a Pakistani one. And I have found this one to be fantastic. The clip blade on this has a little bit of a more acute point than the case does. Cases seem to have like almost a rounded point. You have to make them pointy, but it has more of an upswept curve to it than a downward curve. And I think the Cold Steel actually has a bigger nail nick though. So that's one thing that I really like about it as I get all these hitting each other. So really quick, let's compare them. You can see the nail nick here is pretty basic. Then you have a match strike, and then you have a match strike nail nick that's double the size of the other two knives. So when you're getting the Cold Steel, you're getting a nice big fat nail nick, so your thumbs could be really beefy and you won't have any issues. But I've had a fantastic experience with this one. This one is actually relatively good. White bone, just a cheap knife. This is literally the knife I've been carrying for almost 2 weeks, and I carry this with my keys, my wallet, just down in the bottom of the pocket, and it's been doing well. It's been doing well. I just had to tighten up the pivot. I ended up peening this side just a little bit more. You can see it there. And it was just a little loose, but now it's perfectly dialed in, no play anywhere. So this has become one of my favorite knives, and to be honest, I never really liked it, but I kept watching RJ's Knives channel, and he loves the Trapper. And for me, I just kept watching, and I thought to myself, look, first I need to get this one back in the pocket. Let's give this one another shot. And then after carrying it and seeing how useful it is, this here is probably in my top 3 knives that I'll probably carry for the rest of my life right now. It's just so useful. So I know this video is getting almost to 8 minutes, and you guys have stuff to do, but I thought you guys would enjoy this video. So till the next one, I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.